No, but you're just approaching this completely wrong.
Why is that?
Well,
Scott Brown here. Today I do a type of scriber that I've never done before, and I make a mistake while I'm doing it. Welcome to another exciting episode.
what do you want to start with? Mow the lawn or
Do the facing.
the facing?
It's a building site, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Scott Brown here. We're doing some facings and we're doing some scribers. And these are the trims that complete a window on the outside. But this one's going to be different. I haven't done facings and scribers like this before. So the joiner has cut these facings already, which is good. 20 by, let's guess, 110. Or 120. But we just got to cut them to length. Okay, so far, normal. That's just sitting there, no nails. But this is where it gets different. Usually this sill will sit out proud of the facing, also proud of the scriber on this side. The scriber is the piece of wood that hides this gap here. But we're going for a box look here, so we're going to make everything flush. But there are a few things to consider when doing this detail, and I've never done it before, so let's figure it out. Now, if you're ever having trouble getting things to fit tightly, do a trick that I did in my tips and tricks video. Go to a whole number, I'm marking 1200 here, and then turn your tape around, and then from the bottom, I'll measure back up. 98. So I know it's 1298. Is that the box you imagined, Raymond?
Bit different.
Bit different.
That's the fun thing about working on your own house, that you can experiment a bit.
Hmm? Whoa.
We're gonna do a clay plaster, which is a 10 mil layer of clay, and it needs a key coat, like something to grab onto. We're painting the wall and then dipping the brush into sand and then rolling it again. Gives a bit of a 70s look, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I love the texture look. It's in now.
Is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to the clay plaster. Cool idea.
Mm. Alright, scribers. Now that I've got a block holding my scriber parallel to where it's going to end up, I measure the gap between the back of the scriber and the furthest point. Now I'm consistently getting 17 mil by the looks of it. Yeah, 17 mil. Now 17 mil is the thickness that my scriber block has to be. Okay, do you mind if I use your 17 mil? Now, before I scribe this, there's an important thing to remember with scribers. When you place it like this, how I've placed it, usually you go parallel to the facing, parallel to the thing you're scribing to. I haven't done that. I've just pinned it hard against the weatherboards because we're doing this one differently. But just know that if you're doing scribers yourself, you want to pin the board on parallel to the thing you're scribing against. Alright, this next part is where people get confused with scribers. The horizontal. The thing's on an angle, so if you just cut it straight and then you put it in, you'll probably end up with gap at the top. I just get a 3mm packer, and then I put my square underneath that packer and then cast the line across. Okay, I'll try and film this awkwardly with one hand. We have a consistent gap on every horizontal. Alright, I'll take a couple of mil off the top and then all of those gaps should evenly tighten. This is the part where I scribe the scriber. So I've just pushed it hard against the window here, and then I've just made a mark at the bottom, mark at the top. Now I've got 2 marks that I can cut a nice straight line between. Boom to boom. This is not typically how we do it. Like I said before, you pin the scriber on parallel to your window, and then you do your scribe. So the reason I did it like this on this one is because it goes behind the facing. That's very different to how we usually do it. We usually go in front of the facing, so we've got the facing to use as a guide. Yeah, right.
Good. You don't want any?
Box scriber attached to the facing, nice and flush. The whole thing goes flush with the end of your sill like this. And then it's too thick. Oh, too much silicone. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? The facing's too thick. I'm gonna have to trim it down. But I've caked it in silicone. Okay. Bunch of silicone on my hands later. Just cleaned it all off the timber. I thought it was gonna be sweet, so I siliconed it all up, made a mess. But now that I've cleaned up that mess, I can repair it. Salvageable. So that's the mistake I made. Committing, putting silicone all over the timber before really testing it in place. So now I just lost all that time cleaning it up, but I haven't lost the timber, which is good. I think where I went wrong is that the scriber overall was too wide. So I just need to take a nice straight cut off it. So here's a little trick. You can't run a scriber through a table saw, right? One edge is jagged like a sawtooth. So what you do is pin it to something that is nice and straight. Trimmed. Let's see if that fits. Good job Ray's not paying me for today. I said it's a good job you're not paying me for today, Ray. What's the rate on one scriber?
No, but you're just approaching this completely wrong, Scott.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know how this works on your self-esteem, but first of all, it's the main scriber.
Yeah.
So it's the one that people, they walk up to the house and they see that scriber.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, it's the most important one.
Yeah.
And it's the first scriber we do in a way that we haven't done before.
Yeah.
And you are creating the method that we're going to apply to the whole house. So it's essential that you do it correct, and you are doing it correct.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go. You need. That
was the boost I needed.
Need more compliments, more boosting.
I know who to call if I do.
What are you doing?
I'm a plasterer now. I'm finished with building. I'm a plasterer.
You learned enough, eh?
I've conquered building.
It just...
I'm making a mess of this, right? This is harder than it looks. Every time I've tried plastering, I've told myself, I'm just going to pay a plasterer from now on.
And here you are.
Here I am trying again.
Yeah.
On Ray's insistence.
Times are hard, eh? Tough times.
You do one scriber and it all falls apart.
I can see you become a painter, actually.
Oh really? Do I have
Yeah,
that look?
not like an interior painter, but like an art painter.
Oh, I take that as a compliment.
Like a Bob Ross.
Bob. Not Picasso, Bob Ross.
Yeah, yes, Bob Ross. Yeah, happy little accidents.
That would be a compliment, Bob Ross of carpentry.
Well, you're close.
We both make videos. R.I.P. So I had a bit of an accident. You might have known if you saw that post that I cut my finger open. I was handling some roofing iron and I was doing it without gloves, and it cut me around here like that. If you're squeamish, fast forward to the moment you see me put my thumbs up. So I have a few stitches here. I got 3 stitches and a couple of steri strips. I was lucky though. It could have been a lot worse. So I was in the hospital getting these stitched up by the doctor, and I'm the kind of guy who likes to ask stories about other injuries. Like, how bad can it be? I want to know all like the worst case scenarios. And that's when I realized how lucky I was, because if you cut your nerves and your tendons can heal themselves, and they are able to fuse nerves back together. It's a really difficult job. Like, it's not an easy thing to do, fusing nerves back together, and the recovery is horrendous. It takes months, but they're able to do it. And I'm glad that they didn't have to in my case. A little bit deeper, I'd be off for months. All right, no more medical talk. So the lesson is wear gloves, wear PPE, be careful with the roofing iron because it's very, very sharp. Anyway, I've been working on the house for the past few weeks. Haven't been showing it on the channel. Prior to injuring myself, we were making some progress. But in a way, it was kind of good that I was forced to do some admin work that I've been putting off, because there is a lot of admin stuff that we have to do for the bathroom. We have to order materials, we have to decide on layouts, all those things that haven't quite made it to the video. Will make it to the video eventually, particularly when we actually rip into the bathroom work. But I am also doing the work all around the bathroom. The bathroom is kind of in the middle. I almost brought it up on the channel prematurely. The bathroom's in the middle, and everything around the bathroom kind of has to be done first. But we'll go over that in a future episode. And we'll get back to Ray's in a future episode as well. Ray's partner Magda is helping the plasterers do earth plaster. And this is just the first coat that I'll overlay here. And I think it's going to look really cool. So I'm definitely keen to go back and film the final coat when they put that on. And we'll talk about some of the benefits of using earth plaster over conventional plasters. We're considering it for our toilet, but that's another story. Now, speaking of stories, when it comes to your business, what kind of story is your website telling your customers? With today's sponsor, Squarespace, it could be telling a very professional story, because Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build your online presence and run your business. With professional portfolios and galleries, you can make your website look really good, which also makes your business look really good. And if your business is selling products, they have e-commerce built into the platform, which is really handy. You don't have to introduce third-party tools to make it work, and that includes payments as well. All the major payments can be built into your Squarespace website. They've also integrated AI tools into their platform. If you're generating your website for the first time, you put a bit of information about your website, it'll generate a website for you. And then you just tweak it to make it just right. Not only do you not need to code, you can actually get it done a lot quicker as well. And with their built-in SEO tools, they can optimize your website in Google search results. That and many other tools make Squarespace a no-brainer. And on top of that, you can get a free trial as well. So you really don't have anything to lose. But make sure once you're ready to launch your own website, head over to squarespace.com/Scott Brown Carpentry, and you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you, Squarespace, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't like having time off. I don't like to settle. I always like to stay busy. If I'm not building, I'm editing, and if I'm not doing those two, I'm planning the next video with Jess, and we're scheming and coming up with ideas. And then occasionally we try to have breaks just to like reset. But I'm guilty of pushing the brakes off too long in favor of all those other things. So sometimes, you know, injuries like this happen for a reason. So stopping and breathing and chilling out, I think, has been a good thing for the last week or so. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the support we get on the channel. I got so many nice messages on that post where I talked about my injury. Yeah, thank you. Ouch, that kind of hurt. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.